Um, we could talk about some best bets. We can start with UTSA going against Rice. UTSA minus 13.5 point favorite here. Rice just not a very good team. When the spread is somewhat manageable against Rice, I'd probably take the spread most of the time. This
Right.
is a UTSA team, mind you, that last year was very good team, ranked in the top 25 towards the end of the year, was undefeated for most of the year. Really solid team against a Rice team that's not very good. I like them to win by over 2 touchdowns there. Penn State, we were just talking about them. They're going to go to Rutgers. Penn State, you know, really rounding out into form. Their only two losses against Ohio State and Michigan,
Which are
and yeah,
stellar
and
teams.
poor Penn State. It gets people haven't been thinking that they were that good all year. Now people are starting to really see it as they keep um you know destroying some of these teams.
Right.
Penn State favored by 19 and a half here against a Rutgers team that's
Not really
just
good
not
at
very
all.
good. Penn State, if they just keep up what they've been doing, they should win by plenty more than that. So I like Penn State minus 19 and a half here. We get all the way back to number TCU. We talked about in the beginning how they had a game against Baylor this week. They go on the road again after being on the road at Texas. They're favored by minus 2.5. I'll take
You'll
TCU
take
to
TCU.
win, and I think 2.5 points plenty enough for them to cover against a Baylor team that's been having some troubles as of late. And then we can kind of close out with number 25 Oregon State going to Arizona State. Oregon State, highly, highly, highly underrated team. They've broken into the rankings before. They usually, they've been facing plenty of tough teams in the loaded Pac-12 this year, which we never thought we'd be talking about.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, look, they've taken some losses, but against solid teams. They go against the Arizona State team that we saw Herm Edwards fired earlier this year before he even gets off the field of the game, pretty much.
That's crazy.
And their team as a whole, they've bounced back a little bit. They've shown some fight in some games, but against the Oregon State team, I think it's going to be too much. They're minus 7.5 here. I think they'll win by more than a touchdown. I'll take them to cover against the spread here. And with that, we'll close out of our, college football coverage. And yeah, we'll get back to you guys next week with some more